Alright guys, this is Ricky Bobby here. I got a 2006 Chevrolet 2500 HD LBZ and I'm about to do the fuel injector cleaning on it. A lot of questions guys ask are, what are you before and after balance rates? So I'm going to show you on this as well as how to on the actual fuel injector cleaning. So right here are my before rates in park. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put my foot on the brake, and here's in drive. So I got a negative 3.1 on that number 8, so, and 3.1 on number 1. So it's still within limits, but we're gonna see what we can do to fix this. See if it'll help it a little bit. Alright guys, go ahead and got my hood popped. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my list of supplies. Went ahead and bought this fuel injector cleaner from GM Parts Direct. Here's the part number. It was a 802 at the end, but the suitable sub, the one that they called for, is now the 803, so that's what I got. Something else I've got these right here, but these right here really don't work for these fuel injector lines just because these little nubs aren't really deep enough. So I went to O'Reilly's, and I bought these AC fuel line disconnect tools. We're going to use the 3/8 and a 1/2 inch, and there's a part number on it. Cost me about 10 bucks. I got 2 clamps. I've got a little hand wrench right there, hand socket driver, so I can tighten them up because, well, flat tips suck on them. I've got 5 foot of hose here of each of 3/8 and 1/2 inch line, and I know the directions everybody's saying to use 64 ounces or a 1/2 gallon, but I did a little bit of ratio and proportioning, and since this comes with 16 ounces, I use 78.8 ounces of diesel fuel to 16 ounces of this right here. Just that way I wouldn't have any left over. So I'll go ahead and pause this and we'll get up in the hood of the truck and I'll show you how to disconnect everything. Alright guys, right up here I'm on the passenger side of my truck. If you see right here, you got these 2 lines. You got your return line right here. If you can see that, it's back here. And then you got your pressure line right here. So basically, you're going to hold this on. What you're going to have to do is, excuse my son's camera work. Alright, so I'm going to take a flat tip screwdriver and I'm going to stick it right underneath this, and this right here pops right off. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to take the other one off, and just stick it underneath there, and comes right up. It just makes life a little bit easier for you. So, got that off. Alright, now, a lot of guys are having problems with these lines, but the easiest way to do it is you can take this right here. Let's move the camera for you a little bit, and we're going to pop it right on this line. See, it sticks on. And all you do is you just shove it down, shove it kind of hard, and you'll see how it's kind of recessed. And so pull on it, and that line pops right off, just like that. So we got that, just like that. Let me turn the camera around. Here you go, son, you want to hold this? And if you'll see, the line comes, just wiggle it a little bit, comes right off. And we'll do the same with the other one. Just pop this right on. We'll push it down. See, I pushed it all the way down, and now it just pause this real quick. Alright, sorry about that guys. So basically just push this all the way down and the line comes right off. I just wouldn't hold my mouth quite right on the tube. Alright, Ricky, hold this. Alright, so pull this off. Now what I'm going to do is take my clamp right here. Just taking the clamp, putting it on, and take my little nut driver, and tighten them on. There it is. These right here don't have to be super tight. Just need enough to keep from leaking. Hey Ricky, put it back there. Got those installed. We're gonna pause this. Stop messing with Zoom. All right, guys. So I got my jug here, and I got my 2 lines, and I saw this somewhere else. And basically, these type of jugs right here are perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just put them all the way down to the bottom. Make sure they're not like plugged or anything like that. And we're gonna go ahead and start the truck up. All right, guys. It looks like it's been about 30 or so minutes. I'm going to just look at my injector rates while they're running. So the biggest one is that number 1. It was at 3.8 when I started, and it's 3.5, 3.6. It's bouncing on and off a little bit. So yeah, it's helping a little bit. I don't know. Some guys it helped, some guys it didn't. So well, we'll see. All right, guys. As you can see, and it's gotten kind of dark on me out here. It's about 7:30ish out here in Albuquerque right now. I had to tip my jug over in order to basically get everything out of the bottom of it. Figured to pay, you know, 15 bucks for it. Might as well get everything I can out of it. And diesel fuel ain't cheap. I don't know if you can see right there. The tube kind of curves down, and I got it down in the bottom right there. So I don't know. Try to get everything I can possibly out of it. All right, guys. I got a little bit of a correction to make. I think earlier in the video I pointed out that the 3/8 line was the supply line, and the 1/2 inch was return. Well, after looking at my bottle right here, I don't know if you can see or not, but that's my 3/8 line right there, and that must be my return line, and my 1/2 inch line, which I have way down here, is actually my supply line. So 3/8 is the return, and my 1/2 inch is my supply. So sorry about that. Figured I'd make a correction for you. All right, thanks, guys. All right, guys. Finally, my truck shut off. It's been about an hour and a half ish since I started this process. And last thing I wanted to show you was the reinstallation of these lines. I've read articles online about people asking how do you know if they're fully on or whatnot. So I'm gonna show you. So basically, you see right here, I put a paper towel up underneath this, so because whenever I pulled off the lines, some of that excess fluid in the lines kind of spilled out. So basically, in order to tell if they're on or not, I'm gonna shut up and just listen. You should hear a click when you go to put this right here on. So let's try. Click right there, and let's try this one. All right, and click right there. All right, and give it a good tug, make sure it's on. And the final step for all of this is to come over here and you got to reprime your fuel filter. And it fired right up. Let's check our balance rates. And it cut back off. So let me go reprime it, and we'll try this again. Sorry about that. I had to actually take off the bleeder screw and reprime it, which most of you probably already know. So a while ago, before I got in the truck, my balance rate was actually down to 0.8, and as you see it, well, that was on that number 1 injector, and as you see it, it's been fluctuating up and down. So 0.8 is the lowest I've seen it in a long time. And while I was doing this right here, as you see, it's climbing up. It'll probably I saw 3.8 at one time, so 3.8, 3.9. So I'm going to put it in drive, and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to monitor it for a minute or two, or a couple seconds. And as you see, that number 7 is up to 4.3. So I'm going to see what it's like whenever I actually drive it around. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. I've heard things about throttle response and a couple other things. So sorry about the bad camera work here, but it's about 8 o'clock here in Albuquerque, and wife's yelling at me to go get some dinner.